Froogles Sim videos are powered by Jetline Systems.
Hello YouTube, this is Frugal, and this is the reason I've been absent so long. In fact, it's not the reason, it's one of a number of reasons. This is my brand new Jetline PC. Now, as you saw at the start of this video, Froogles Sim videos are powered by Jetline Systems. What that means is Jetline are my sponsor. They are the only sponsor I've got on the channel. I have had a number of requests over the years for people to sponsor me and get involved with the channel. I uniformly turn them down. I don't typically like working with sponsors, and I will only choose a sponsor if I genuinely trust them, if they're genuinely good people to work with as a customer to a provider or a manufacturer or whatever, and if they genuinely make awesome products. Jetline do, which is why we're now in my second year of sponsorship with Jetline Systems. Now, before we get into the PC itself, which hopefully you're drooling over right now in the pictures, let me talk to you a little bit about Jetline. Jetline are a boutique PC builder. Now, what that means is they're not like a Dell or an Origin or something. Well, actually, I guess they are pretty close to Origin, but not really like a Dell or an Asus or someone like that. They are a very small company, only a handful of people working there, and they are focused on building flight simulation computers. In fact, flight simulation systems as a whole, they do also build professional training systems for flight schools. They are a premium builder as well. That word premium typically gets associated with boutique, which means it's not for everyone. I'll get that right out of the way, and Jetline will be quite open themselves in saying that you could probably build a PC similar to this one or equivalent to this one for cheaper than you would hand over to Jetline to build it for you. The reason that you go with Jetline, though, one of the reasons, is lifetime support. As a Jetline customer, they do offer lifetime support, and that isn't just with the PC, it's everything to do with your flight simulation. So I know a lot of customers reach out to them and say, hey, I've got a new sim, or I've got a new software package, or I've got a new scenery package, and it's not running very well. Jetline will get involved and optimize that to run best on the PC. That's what they do. So if you're one of the people that doesn't have a lot of time to sit around tweaking and fiddling and adjusting and just working through all the minutiae that's involved in getting systems working well with the current generation of simulations, then Jetline are your people, because they will help you and do everything you need or talk you through everything you need to get it working. They also offer lifetime troubleshooting, both on the PC itself and, of course, on the system. As you can see from the video that's currently running right here, right now, they do also have an extremely high level of eye for detail, let's put it that way, in terms of their systems. The cable management is always absolutely astounding. And as you can see in this PC, there's like very few cables visible at all. But more than that, notice on this PC, it's a custom paint scheme. They designed this particular PC to just be beautiful to look at. So I have custom paint scheme on that graphics card. The cables are all color matched to everything else throughout the PC. They took their time to glass etch their logo on the front, and that was something they'd never done before, so there was a bit of a delay there in getting that glass etching done on the front of the glass to actually have their logo on it. Their attention to detail on these PCs is significant, and again, that's where some of the price comes in. So what exactly is this PC? What's inside it? Well, let's look at the processor first. That is an Intel Core i9 9900KF running stock at 3.6 gigahertz, and it will easily overclock and turbo boost itself up towards 5. Currently recording this, I'm looking at the screen, this is clocking in at 4.65 gigahertz. The Core i9 in this has 8 physical cores and 16 logical cores in total. So it is an absolute monster. For those of you who are far more technical than me, that's half a megabyte of level 1 cache, 2 megabytes of level 2 cache, and 16 megabytes of level 3 cache. It really is an absolute beast, and it runs like a dream, as we'll talk about in a minute. Other than that, we have, you see those white pulsing things at the top of the PC there? That's my memory. It's running 64 gigabytes of extremely fast, and again, custom painted memory. The graphics card down the bottom, custom painted once again, is an EVGA RTX 2080 Ti FTW, which is the highest end 2080 Ti that EVGA do, with 11 gigabytes of RAM, and it's just a beast. It really is. It is liquid cooled, of course, using Corsair's liquid cooling system, and the motherboard itself is an Aorus, I never know how to pronounce that, Z or Z390 Ultra. Now, what that gives you is an absolute ton of USB ports, including USB-C, but we have USB 3 ports on the back, USB 2 ports as well, and there's a lot of USB 3 ports. One of the problems I've had in the past with any PC running virtual reality is you typically need quite a few USB 3 ports, depending on the headset you're plugging in, and I have a few, to get it working. There is a plethora of USB 3 ports on the back of this. The case itself is Lian Li Bauer case. So again, a white case, glass all around, and it really is absolutely premium. To open this case up is a no-brainer. You just remove the top cover and then the glass panels just slide out, and it feels very premium and very plush, very much like a high-end car compared to a low-end car. It is absolutely stunning. On the front of the PC, we have a couple more USB 3 slots. We have a USB-C slot. We have headphone and microphone as well. Sound is handled on board on the Aorus Z390. You will also notice from the case that the graphics card is mounted separate from the motherboard, which I've never seen in a PC. I know it's quite common now for a lot of PCs, but I'd never seen it. The way that works is there's actually a thing that plugs into the PCI slot. It has a ribbon cable coming down from it, and then that ribbon cable attaches and produces I don't know what you'd call it, a duplicate or an extension PCI slot on the base of the case. It allows you to mount graphics cards, very, very long graphics cards like that, to the case itself, rather than putting strain on the motherboard, which is a really, really great attention to detail, I think, from Lian Li with this case design. Now, you will notice, of course, that it's a bit of a light show going on. Everything is lit up here. The motherboard itself has lighting. Corsair has a lighting system as well. Those are all installed in here, and it's completely customizable. You can change absolutely anything, as you can see from the video going on right now. In fact, with those fans, you can change the colors on each side of the fan or animate the color through the fan while it's rotating. So what is this like in use? Well, let's dump in some B-roll footage of the various sims here. I have not found a single sim that causes this PC a problem. I really haven't. In X-Plane, with everything completely maxed out, tons of add-ons thrown in, including X-Enviro and things like that, I'm still getting 40 to 60, quite often more than 60 frames per second. It is silky smooth. I'm running a NVIDIA GeForce G-Sync monitor as well. So the combination of G-Sync with the latest driver updates from NVIDIA and, of course, the power in this beastie means I have absolutely no shearing anywhere. It is silky smooth in everything in X-Plane. Within DCS World, again, everything completely maxed out. Doesn't matter what's happening on the screen. Doesn't matter what's going on with the weather. I know some bad weather in DCS has caused problems in the past with certain PCs I've had. Doesn't matter what's going on. I'm still getting easily 60 and above frames per second, which is great. Looking at something like Aerofly FS2, which is a pretty lightweight sim, to be honest with you, but Aerofly FS2 on this is beautiful. You're running at 120 frames per second without any problem at all. And again, no shearing, no delays or anything else. Prepared, as always, is a monster. Prepared is still built on that Microsoft ESP legacy, so it's still a little bit constrained by the processor itself. This processor, however, it does give it everything it needs. So I'm with everything that I would normally run for a fully loaded video, so Rex Scenery, Active Sky, ASCA, a study level simulation on the aircraft, and so on and so on and so on, I have no problem getting way above 40, 50, and 60 frames per second, depending on the aircraft, or even higher. I tend to limit it by turning up the sliders even more. Prepared is a sim that is designed for the future, and you can kill any PC just by maxing out every single slider in it. For the settings that I typically use, which are pretty darn high, I'm getting fantastic performance without any problem at all. Of course, looking at other things, we don't all just sim, we do other things as well, so general games and things like that. Again, there's nothing that this thing struggles with at all. Perhaps more to the point though, with Microsoft Flight Simulator just around the corner, we still don't know the final specs of that. And as I've said in a couple of videos that I've put out, Microsoft have not decided on the specs of that. It's in pre-alpha at the moment. It's not been optimized for any hardware. Now, of course, the development team is going to try to optimize it to run on the widest variety of hardware available today, but simultaneously, they are building a decade-long sim that will last for the next 10 years. So I wanted to get a specification of PC in place here that would not struggle with anything Microsoft are going to throw at it on day one. of that alpha, and that's this PC. I don't know exactly the spec of what we were using at the demo. I do know it had a 2080 in it. I don't know much more than that, but I'm fairly sure this PC is not going to have any issues with anything in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, which means I can produce a lot of videos on that as soon as they allow us to from the NDA, and it's going to be great. So that's it. That is my brand new Jetline Systems PC. I don't have a brand name for you. It's not the Froogles Special Edition Super Fast Hyper Lighted Monster Beast or anything like that. It's a custom Jetline PC. It is from their highest end range. We have spoken, Greg over at Jetline and I, a little bit about perhaps selling this particular spec of PC with the custom paint and everything else as a custom unit. No, I'm not getting any money for that. It's just something that I suggested and they thought might be a good idea. They've not come up with a price of that. He suspects, and I have asked him a little bit, I thought this was going to come in at something insane like about $6,000. It's not. This PC is between $3,500 and $4,000. So again, not cheap. But as I said at the start of this video, the premium price you're paying covers a lot of stuff, like that attention to detail, but more importantly for us simmers, and more importantly for us simmers who just want to fly and don't have a lot of time for tweaking, you do get that Jetline back support, which means they're going to make everything work the way you want it to work without you having to do a darn thing, which is very cool. But anyway, don't know the full price of this. As I said, you can head over to jetlinesystems.com. You can check out their range of PCs there. Look at the highest end PC. That's going to be kind of what this is, and spec it out accordingly. Alternatively, just give them a call. Jetline are very approachable. By the way, even if you're not buying a PC from them, Jetline are very approachable. You can just pick up the phone, give them a call, and shoot the breeze with them about systems and simulations and how they work together and what would be a good recommendation. I've had a number of people on this channel do just that and call up Jetline and say, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you recommend? And Jetline will give you a ton of advice, and you don't need to buy from them. That's just what they do. That's just the kind of people they are. They're great people. That's why I allowed them to sponsor this channel. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll get on with making a ton more videos now everything is set up and ready to go. As always, my name is Frugal, and until next time, I'll see you very soon.